Hello guys, you're welcome back once more again to the MikeMoney Fx trading platform expert Forex. So today I'll be showing you how you can effectively create a Forex indicator, specifically a very unique type of Forex indicator that a lot of people would like to have, because most persons are manual traders or fundamental news traders. So most persons want to have this kind of indicator, and it would be nice you can actually build it for yourself and make several modifications to suit what you want for different market types. So basically on this lecture I'll be showing you how to easily create a Forex indicator, and guess what, without coding. So it's absolutely no coding. You can actually build a customized indicator for yourself that will work very, very effective. Yes, Forex indicator creation. What I'm going to do today, for every Forex indicator there can be a potential robot, which means you can actually generate or create a robot that will work with an indicator or follow the principles of the indicator to execute certain trades. And that makes it very easy, because the robot will simply detect the signals generated by the indicator and it will execute the trades using those signals. So on this particular free training, I'll be showing you how to create a resistance support indicator, because these are key levels, major key levels in the market, where the market reflects. So the market can be reflecting on, market will either reflect on a resistance level or a support level. Now most persons find it difficult to draw resistance or support levels when they look at the chart, but today you will actually build one for yourself and use it for your personal use and customize it as much as you want. So the strategy we'll be applying today is a simple, generic, zero coding method. And the first thing we'll do is this: because we are building indicators which are like symbols on the chart that indicates or helps us to indicate and predict the next market move, it means that we have to define the object type. Are we using a line, or are we using a specific kind of object, or an arrow, possibly an arrow, or just an object, any other kind of object? Also, we have to then draw the selected objects on the specified price level. So we have to define the price on the chart. So we can define the price on the chart using the strategy and say, okay, if it's going to be MAs crossing, and the point where MAs are crossing, put an arrow or things like that. This is all that we need to know, and when we put this together, it will help you to define the point. The next thing is, for just this kind of indicator, we'll have to define the highest levels, as resistance levels, and the lowest levels as the support levels. My previous video I explained how you can define the structure of a simple candle, where you have the open price, close price, the high and the low prices. So this is what you need to know for us to be able to define the highest levels and the lowest levels. Then there's a possibility that we can translate this kind of indicator to a robot that will pick trades. So what it will do, basically, whenever the market gets to any resistance support level, it will automatically pick a trade. If they want to pick a trade, you can as well tell it to automatically place pending orders at these levels. Yes, one of the robots that does this very effectively is one of our unique robots. I don't want to disclose the name, it's still confidential. So it actually identifies these levels and places penny orders on these levels, and when you want to trade them, the robot will actually pick the trades for you automatically and manage the trades with a very unique stop loss setting and help keep you in profits. So let's get started. So like I said earlier, we're building our robots today using non-coding strategy. Therefore, let's go into our FX streamer. In my previous video, I showed you how I introduced you to FX streamer, and I showed you how you could build a robot by coding and non-coding, and I built a robot by coding it and not coding it. So two major strategies, and FX streamer is one of the methods. So if you want to get to this particular environment, you need to go to my previous video. That's the video I dropped before this video, and you see how you can get to this place I am right now. Okay, now I won't do actually new projects, and what's the name? This will help us build resistance stroke support levels. Support levels indicator. Okay. So this is it. So how do we get started? Like I said earlier on, the first thing is what? We need to define the object type, and next thing, we draw the selected object type on the price levels. What price levels? Highest levels and lowest levels. So what objects should we use today? When you talk about resistance support levels, we're going to draw a line, a straight line. I need all of that space. Let's call this first line resistance 1. Resistance 1. And for this resistance, you're going to have a corresponding support level. That's 1, the support level for it. Support 1. So let's first define the parameters. Okay, it should draw a horizontal line using the candles. Let's use the market property. In the market property, we have access to the highest price, candle period, and also the highest price, the time period. So you can choose a time frame or use amount of candle and define the high price among them. So I'll use this, is quite easy. So I'll come later and define the start and end candle, because I want to be able to access very small, not very small, but actually the minor and major support levels at least. So later I'll come define what this should be, but for now let's see that we'll start from 0 to 100. Then when you put your console, I want it to show, this is R1, am I correct? Show R1. Okay, so one other thing I want to define is structure. Define the characteristics of this line. So it will be a deep pink color, solid, and a thickness is 1. So this is okay, we don't need this. I will click update. We've just defined a resistance level right now. Let's do the same for the support level. Support level define a horizontal line. Look at market properties, so we can choose the lowest price level among the first 100 candles. So I'm going to need this, so I'm needing to go into here and change the color. Since we used the dark pink before, let's use light gray, slate gray. Okay, since these are the small support levels we'll use, I want to use a dotted line. First of all, let me find what the symbol should show on the console. Let it be S1 updates. So these two small resistance and support levels. Then I'll simply connect this. That'll be the first level. I'll copy this and paste. And paste. So simply the next level, next resistance support levels. So on a chart you could have multiple resistance and support levels. First, this will be R2, horizontal line, but this will go from 100 to 200 technically. And using the color as one, there will be dotted dash lines or dash dots. So the update, simple, yeah. I'm going from 200 to 300 candle. Let's use line color and dash dotted updates. So we'll do the same thing again. Just copy and paste. And rename first of all. So this resistance 3. Done. This is support 3. And click done. Okay. So it will be difficult for us to make changes to these parameters if we want to work this way. So what we'll do simply is I'll define it as input parameters. So since we have different levels, let's confirm the levels we have first. Let's see, for each we have the start and end candle for each of these resistance and support levels. So you can actually define these parameters here, so we can make changes. You can make changes anytime, modify it anytime just by having the indicator. You need to come back here and make all those changes. So I'll actually make them constants. We want to use, let me see, we want to use double, so we'll simply make them constants as integers because they explain slightly. So these are integer values. Those who understand actual programming will know what I mean by integer, and double or use bull, depends on what you want to use. So because they don't have 0.0 something or point something, they don't use decimal points, they are simple integers. So the number of candles can be defined by simple integers. So basically I'll use an integer type of character, constant character, to define them. So call it R1. And there are two types. We have the start candle and end candle, so we'll call it R1 start, R1 end, so we'll call it R1 start. So start from there. So that's exactly what we'll do. But the type will be this type. So add up, we'll have to have about, let me say, 6 resistance support levels. So that would be a lot. To start and arrow to end. Both as integers. Update. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright guys, so having defined all our inputs, constant parameters, the next thing we'll do, actually, we'll continue. So actually I'll just define it one after the other. Just right click, and that is R1 start, right click again, R1 end. Simple updates. Do the same thing for the support levels. Right click. Do the same thing for the support levels. Double click. Come here and right click. That is S1 start. Right click, S1 end. So you're actually defining the start candle to the end candle reference. So you're trying to refer to the start candle you should use and the end candle. And with this, you can actually input the exact value. So this will be arrow to start. Right click, then go down to arrow to end and update. So when I'm done with this, I'll actually share this robot on this video. This will be S2 start and S2 end. Update. Double click. So this video, basically, you have actually built your first resistance and support indicator. So this is S3, S3 start, and S3 end. You can actually get this done without this input constant parameters. So I'll need to get more of this because we're looking at 6 levels. So it will be copy, paste, paste, paste. Okay, I think we need as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So correct. First, let's edit this resistance level 4. Done. Support level 4. Done. Resistance level 5. Done. Support level 5. Done. Resistance level 6. Done. Support level 6 and done. So now we have to go in and modify. Now let's first of all define those levels. The candles. Let's define the candles. First of all, Okay, this will be for start. It S4 starts, S4 end. So we'll come back and change the colors. R5, and you can actually build the one with just possibly 2 or 3 support levels, not necessarily 6 like you see me doing here. I'm doing this to capture a lot of levels I would like to capture. So this is with S5 start, S and S5 end. Updates, R6 and R6 and this would be S6 starts and S6 and update. Okay, so updated it to include all the input parameters so we can actually modify it before we deploy the indicator. Now let's go and change the colors, so the colors will all be different and their types will be different. We did that for, I guess we did that for the first levels to be dotted lines and use different colors for them. Okay, we did that for the first 2 levels. Let's confirm, did it for the third one. Let me confirm this. Okay, dash dot line color, and let's get this done. This will be arrow 3. So you put your console to define it as arrow 3 for you. Dash dot, let's use dash dot dot. Okay, the color, let's use something very different. Okay, yellow, that's good. Yes, updates. Okay, something different. I'm saying we're using dash dot dot. Okay, and we update. First of all, this will be S3. S3 update. Okay, then the resistance 4. This will be R4. Different color entirely. Now I might use broken lines. S4. Yes, my phone is actually that busy. Thank you very much. Broken lines. Update now as R5. R5. What color should we use? Light gray. I just hope it will be visible. Okay, we have other colors to choose from here. Right. Light gray. Let's use a solid line because this would be okay. Okay, update. One of the big resistance. Okay, then support level. We can use chart that doesn't look too sharp. We're using solid lines I'm around, and this is S5 update. Then the last level, it should be R6. So we're looking at maximum of 6 levels basically. You can leave it as a color as the same as the first though, but let's check it. Let's make this solid and update. So do the same thing here. S6, something different, like that. Then I'm not sure that's because you solid state. So we're set right now. Let's generate this and get going. So that is the indicator. Let's go and deploy it. I'll copy it from my download folders. So simply open the folders where we store all the indicators and robots. Open MQL4, go to experts, and you Control V. Okay, so you can see copied in there. We right click and enter paste to copy in here. Then you come here back to your MT4, you right click, refresh. So simply just drag and put from 0 to 100. From 100 to 200. So we're assessing this range of candles from 200 to 300, from 300 to 400, 500. Okay, then from 400, 500, and from 500 to 800. Repeat the same thing for the support levels. $300, 300, 400, 400, 500, then 500 to 800. So we're going to be analyzing the up to 800 candles. Okay, wow, you see that? So you see it automatically placed several lines on those key levels, as you can see, on all the key levels. So you simply put your cursor any to show you if it's a resistance or a support level. You can see that this is also a resistance level. You can see that. Now let's try another pair. Drag and drop. Automatically reevaluate it, and you see that same thing again. Finds this level, support level. Here is also resistance level. Put it up. Yeah, those of you that watched one of my video, I made you understand that most support levels are also resistance level. So you can see that here's a resistance level and still is showing that still a support level. So this is where it acts as a support. You can see that one support, but here it's acting as a resistance. You can see that. Let's try a different pair. Okay, I'm trading on this pair. You can see it define the levels so quickly. Try a different pair. See that pick that level up here. the resistance level. See another resistance level, you can see it act as the resistance, you can see it also here act as the resistance. It's broken. See a support level here, one, see that like a support, and after a support here also, see that. See another resistance level here and here, you can see it act as a resistance level here, here, and even here. So you can see here as a support level as well. So you can see it picking all of these support and resistance levels. You can see that. So you can actually filter this if you don't want to have a lot of these lines showing up, all of these resistance support levels showing up. You can actually filter all of this. So you're seeing this as a support level, and right below it another support level, two support levels. Hits here, comes down, or is it hits here once, 2 or 3 times and goes back up. That's support level basically. So you can also switch the time frame, like 1 hour time frame. Switch the time frame. So console there, let's see. Okay, seen here as a resistance level. So this one, is the resistance level here, and later becomes support level here and here. See here as a support level because of this breaking up, coming back, hitting here, going back down. Here you can see how I easily identify these levels, these key levels here. You can see how easily it picks the level instantly. So here is a support level, and it's seen here as a resistance level, very clear. And you observe there might be another support level around here. Is resistance level. So resistance levels from up here, see another resistance level again, and up here again another resistance level. Now I've used these few minutes to show you how you can easily build an indicator that will identify the resistance and support levels. You can filter it as much as you want, so you can pick just the key levels you're interested in, and to keep doing the same over and over again for different trading pairs. Irrespective of the trading pairs, you can repeat exactly the same thing that I just did for MQL5 or MT5, and you have to pick the resistance support levels in trading pairs like volatility and other synthetic assets. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, kindly click the subscribe button. Also turn on your notification so that anytime I drop free trainings like this, you will also benefit. Thank you very much, and don't forget to share this video to your friends and family so we can make them wealthier in the year 2022. My name remains the one and only Mike Money. Thank you very much.